Hello everyone. Today's we are going to discuss our fourth chapter, biodiversity and its conservation. Under this chapter, I will discuss these topics. First is introduction, and I will classify different types of biodiversity. Then second topic is biogeographical classification of India, and third, value of biodiversity and benefits of biodiversity. Yes. This term, biodiversity, you all must heard in your school life. So biodiversity is basically combination of two words, bios plus diversity. Bios is a Greek word which means life, and diversity is a Latin word. Its meaning is a variety. So combinedly, biodiversity can be understood as a variety of life in a particular area, region, or community. So, in more general way, biodiversity can be defined as varieties or difference in genes among individual species, or abundance and richness of a species in a particular area, region, and a community and locality. So this picture clearly depicts some elementary idea about biodiversity. What is biodiversity is basically in a it includes all the animals and other living creatures like vertebrates, invertebrates, mammal, insects, bacteria, fungi, algae, combinedly all is creating a biosphere, or combinedly it can be understood as biodiversity. Yes, there are the several types of classification of biodiversity, or scientific community uh, is going on research to study biodiversity in several manner. In general, biodiversity can be divided into two types. First one is community of plants. Second is your animal or other living things. So, and another way or more general way to classify biodiversity is this. First one is your a species biodiversity, and a species diversity means number of different type of a species present in a particular ecosystem, or a region, or a community, or a country. And genetic diversity is a number of different types of gene present in an individual species. An example, human, there are each human having a different gene, or in other living things, we can take the example of frog. Each frog having a different gene, and it is necessary for surviving of life. If in breeding, successful breeding cannot be exist without different genes. So variation of gene is very necessary for sustainability of that particular species. And third one is ecosystem diversity. It refers to the types of ecosystem present in a particular locality and region and community. It may be a aquatic ecosystem, or it may be a terrestrial ecosystem. Yes, yeah. This picture depicts this picture shows the number of genes are is greater than number of species present in any ecosystem, and number of species is greater than the number of ecosystem in any community, or any ecosystem, in any ecosystem. So in this slide, I will discuss why biodiversity is important. Yes, we all know human is the most selfish creature in the world. So we are only doing such type of things where we are get found our benefits or advantage. So yes, we are closely for our day-to-day life activities, or for economic growth, we are closely depend on biodiversity and other things which is offered by the nature. So in this context, everything that lives in an ecosystem is a part of the wave of life, including human, including human. So each and every creature is important for maintaining that cycle. Is important for maintaining that cycle. Uh, some yes. So be each creature or each species it depends of each another for their food, shelter, and other needs. And in second point, maintaining a diversity of a species in each ecosystem is necessary to preserve the wave of life that sustain all living things. So, in this context, a popular scientist, Edward O. Wilson, who wrote a book, he is also known as father of biodiversity, who wrote a book that is known as Diversity of Life, in which he described it is the human approach or is will be reckless if he will progress in such a manner he will not consider biodiversity. So biodiversity and he will survive in the world. It cannot be possible. So biodiversity cannot be diminished without threatening the humanity itself. So biodiversity in India is this top. Uh, India is classified in 10 biogeographical zones, and yes, for ancient time, we have a rich heritage of biodiversity, and presently also we have a rich heritage of biodiversity. India is one of the 17th mega diverse country in the world. Yes, few countries are more diverse than us that are situated in the southern part of the world or in South American country like Argentina, Brazil that are more diverse than us, and some South Asian country like Malaysia, Indonesia, they are posing high degree of biodiversity. And yes, third point is also very important. With only 2.4% of world areas, India accounts 7 to 8% of world recorded plant and animal. So in terms of percentage of area, we have less area, but we have high number of percentage of recorded plant and animal. So, as earlier said, India having 10 geographical zones poses exemplary diversity and ecological habitat like alpine, forest, grassland, coastal, and marine ecosystem. And India has a 4 out of 34 global biodiversity hotspot. It also shows high degree of biodiversity in India. So, what are the four biodiversity hotspot? First one is your Andaman Nicobar Island, Western Ghats, and Trans Himalayan region. And fourth point is about 4150 plant and species and one animal species are endemic of India. Uh, in this context, I will explain the term endemic. What do you mean by endemic? Endemic is basically a particular type of a species if belongs to a particular region that is called endemic of that region. Suppose that kangaroo is endemic of Australia. It means kangaroo belongs to Australia. Yeah, or kangaroo is found to Australia. It is not found in anywhere other part of the world. So biogeographical classification of India. India is biogeographically classified in 10 zones. First is Trans-Himalayan region, which covered your cold desert of Ladakh and surrounded area. Second one, Himalayan ranges, which includes Valley of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, northeastern states, Assam, and fourth is Thar Desert of Rajasthan. Our fifth is semi-arid zone of Deccan Plateau, which includes a state like Tamil Nadu, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, etc. And fourth The sixth is northeastern zone, which includes states like Tripura, Meghalaya, etc. Western Ghats is includes Maharashtra, Gujarat, Deccan Peninsula, and the coastal areas having sandy beaches and forests, uh, or eastern or western coastal belts. And tenth is Iceland. Iceland means Andaman and Nicobar Island. So these are the biogeographical classification of India. Mainly, India is classified in 10 biogeographical zones. These are like this. So next, coming on third topic, value of biodiversity. So what is the value and benefits of biodiversity hum, for human growth and human uses or human utilization? So first one is consumptive value. Value means how we directly consuming biodiversity for our daily needs. So first we are depending on for food and drink, and we depend on biodiversity for fuel, medicine, and industrial materials. And non-consumptive value includes recreation and regeneration, education and research, and traditional values, and other values, ethical value and moral values. Uh, as a human, earth does not belongs to only for us. The this is our ethical and moral value कि all form of life should exist on earth. You just imagine the world where no other creature apart from human is living. You go to the park or any wildlife sanctuary. Imagine the situation if there is no plant and no bird, how it look like. So optional value, some plant and animal may have not present uses or not greater present uses, but maybe in future it have more uses, more uses. So we have also take care of all those things which have not present so much uses. And aesthetic value means those value those value or the uses of biodiversity for beautification is called aesthetic value. Productive value, somewhere biodiversity is used as a raw material for industry and any other things, and or any other productive value is known as productive value. And social or traditional value, yes, India is in this context, we are one of the best country to preserve biodiversity through our culture. We are worshipping trees and some animals. uh, these are our traditions since long time. These are some ecological service offered by biodiversity. First is balance of nature or cycling of nutrient, as we studied in last chapter. How detritivores is responsible for maintaining nutrient or maintaining nutrient cycle. So next is detoxification of soil and sediment is also one of the important concern, and a stabilization of land against erosion. We all know how soil is prevented from erosion by the plants and trees. Fourth is carbon sequestration and global climate change. Thank you.